Hello, my little love bugs. So today we're going to be doing all signs. I'm going to see if I can fit all of them into the reading. This is for the month of July. But when you get this, it's when you're meant to get this. Because I'm telling you right now, I'm listening to all these tarot card readers, and they're reading my fortune from 2 years ago. All of them. And I'm like, wait a minute, this was 2 years ago. This has nothing to do with right now. So we're all on different timelines, and we're all reading for different people on different timelines. So just, understand that when you get this reading, it's you were meant to get it because I was reading for you. If it resonates. If it doesn't resonate, find another reader. Please don't try to make it fit. That'll ruin your entire life and every decision you make going forward. Just make sure that, remember, these are just little tidbits of advice. Nothing is set in stone. Free will changes everything. Being on a different timeline changes everything. And, if I read this, it could be everything that's going to happen to you, but then you make one choice, or you do something differently, and then it changes the whole reading, or they do. You know what I mean? So please always take every reading from any tarot card reader with a grain of salt. Even the most prestigious ones all over the world that charge thousands of dollars, like, please just understand that these are just little tidbits. And they're literally probability of the cards falling out. Do you know what I'm saying? So let's start with Aries. Aries for the month of July. I know we're halfway through it. Right off the bat, you got the Three of Pentacles. You're going to be coming together with people or collaborating, or probably going to like a family function or something. You have the Queen of Wands. You might meet someone that you're very attracted to. It doesn't have to be physically. You could be like emotionally attracted to someone. Like, I really like this person. I want to be friends with them. Or I like this person. I want to sleep with them. I mean, Queen of Wands is a variety of things, but it's something that you're attracted to. You like their energy, their fire, their charisma. And it's going to be at this event that might happen on the 3rd of August, or it might just be you and like 2 other friends. Then you have the Six of Pentacles. Somebody's going to give you something. So it could be your birthday. Well, no, because it's not your season. It could be a birthday party and you're giving somebody something, or they're giving you something. But whoever this Queen of Wands is, they are going to present you with something, an offer, some type of offer. I don't know what it is. It could just be like, hey, why don't I put you on my page? Or, do you want a soda? Or, like, hey, why don't I take you out to dinner? Like, just some type of offer, because they have more than you, so they can give. Or vice versa. Maybe you have more and you want to provide for them because you are very smitten by this person, or you're just inspired. Then with the Justice card, it looks like clarifiers. It looks like this is what you deserve. This is your karma. Whatever happens with the situation is what was ordained for you because of what you went through with the Queen of Swords. You went through something that was very difficult, and this is your reward, whatever this is. With the Five of Pentacles, it seems like you were left out in the cold and you felt some type of way, but you were patient with it with the Temperance card. Sorry. No, I was right. You were patient with it with the Temperance card, and things started to get better. And now you're happy again. So whatever it was, you're happy. You went through the tough times. I think it's because you were able to talk to people about it. Instead of staying stuck in your head, you actually came out and said, look, I need help, or I need to talk to somebody, or you got some kind of counseling, seeked some type of intervention. It doesn't have to be something that crazy, but it's just, you needed to talk to somebody, and I think you did. And maybe this person is the person that you talked to. That could be it. Because it seems like now you went from being very sorrowful in this situation with the Three of Swords. It was a very painful situation, possibly with this group of people. But then you manifested and you changed it with this Queen of Wands. Just meeting them changed it. Like, you manifested a change, and meeting this person made that change. And with the Ace of Cups, there's so much love here. I think you're exchanging love with this person. And again, it doesn't have to be sexual in nature. It could just be like, you talk to them every day. They're like your new best friend, or just someone that you can confide in, or a mentor in business. But this person that's come in, this Queen of Wands, and it's just a Queen of Wands energy. They could be a man. It could be a woman. It could be a gay man, it could be a lesbian woman. It doesn't matter. It's just the energy of the person, that you're just attracted to this person's energy. From the moment you met them, you're like, I don't know why, I just like this person. Like being around them. I like them. And that is your Justice. Again, for some reason I didn't clarify this card, so we'll leave it at that. With the and again, this could be career. This doesn't have to be love. It could just be that, like, you went to a networking event, or you went to a barbecue and you met someone. They became your mentor. You guys got along very well. You know, they helped, you know, like, you or they helped you, you or them helped each other through like a tough time. And now, you know, things are, you're getting what you deserve. Like, this is your karma, right? Because when you were in the Queen of Wands energy, Queen of Swords energy, you were very, very like angry, bitter, maniacal. I heard maniacal, which is a horrible thing to say. And that Tower moment that made you feel left out in the cold, that changed when you did this. What is this? The Knight of Wands. Knight of Swords, sorry. When you got this information, you had to go within. See how he's going within and he's battling all these demons? And you got the Devil here, and then you have the Tower here. So whatever it was that happened in the past, it was big. It wasn't a little thing. It was huge. And it was more internal than external. But in the end, because of what happened, things got better. You got what you wanted. You were able to manifest a positive thing through the negative thing. And you didn't realize it when it was happening, but that negative thing had to happen in order for you to get what you wanted in the end. And that's why you're happy here. And with the Seven of Swords, you're not distracted, right? Because the Seven of Swords, they're not seeing what's going on. There's too much going on. They don't know what to do. They're distracted. It's kind of like, be careful, you know? You're not distracted. You're seeing things very clearly. You're like seeing the light. You're very happy right now. You're illuminated, like you're glowing. Some of you might be pregnant if you're glowing. But again, it was because you spoke about this. You talked about it. You might have written a book. You might have blogged about it. You might have, you know, just said something on the internet. You might have just talked to somebody. You might have got a therapist. There's a variety of things that could have happened. But because you released this angst, this anger, you were able to, with the Ace of, you would think it was the Ace of Swords, but it's not. You were able to have a passionate new beginning. This is Ace of Wands with someone else. And I think that this Queen of Wands energy is something that, how do you say, was a catalyst to all of this change and this growth. So this is my deck of cards. I created this. I call it, I have an X-rated version, I have a clean version, and I have a tarot card deck. Very similar pictures. With the clean version, there's about 10 or 12 that are different. All the words are different, but 10 or 12 pictures that are different for the clean version. And then for the tarot card version, there's about 20 to 30 pictures that are different. And obviously they say Queen of Pentacles and stuff like that. The back's going to be different too. So because this is the X-rated version or the explicit version, I made it look very prim and proper. Like, let me tell you the tea. So let's just get some clarity with my deck. This is an oracle deck. This is, I call it the Ratchet Retro deck or the Explicit Retro deck. Yeah. Yeah. All right. And if you like the deck, there's only 8 of them that are exactly like this. This is the first edition. The second edition, I was able to make the font bigger and change some of the pictures that I thought were more in line and have more messages in there. One more card for clarification. Yep. Oh, you got this one too. See, I told you. It was somebody that, yep. Yep. All right, let's grab all these. Okay. So, right off the bat, it says, are we doing this or what? And let it go. This deck is $50. You can, again, there's only 8 of them that are this exact deck. And then version 2, these are $50 plus shipping, which is like $5 to $7 depending on where you live. And it's 78 cards, just so you guys know. So are we doing this or what? Basically, and let it go. You had to let something go. And I think like your inner self knew this. And your inner self was like, are you never going to do this? Like, are we really going to do this or not? Because deep down inside, you knew this wasn't the situation for you, but you had to get some information first, right? And it just says, let me tell you what this... Now, there is a clean version if you don't like the profanity, but if you do like a little ratchet. There is some profanity in this one. Let me tell you what this blank said, right? And so somebody came and a little birdie came by and gave you some information, and you had to be strong through it. You had to come together. And at first you weren't open-minded about this. At first you were like not having it. You're like, what is going on? Like you just were not processing whatever was happening. And I think that's where all the pain and the tower moment and all this happened, is because you were given information that you did not want to comprehend or process. And you had to go within and take some self-care and me time. And that's what you did. And I think you really did. And in doing so, you went out and you met somebody you had chemistry with, this Queen of Wands, and you were able to go out there and have this chemistry with someone. And this information that's going to expose everything, clarity, you have it twice and they're on top of each other. This is like someone or a few people, I think, actually gave you the insight or gave you the scoop on what's going on. And that kind of changed everything for you. Because here it says, we'll sleep with anything. And I don't like jumping to conclusions that it's a third party or somebody was sleeping around or anything, you know what I mean? But it's right there. So it is right there. So it could be for some of you that this person was sleeping with someone. It could be that, it's not a person sleeping with someone, but someone that gets around, and you were blessed to get this information. Because let me tell you, sweetheart, many times in life, you never find out the truth. And God wanted you to know the truth. And so he made sure that you got that information. And I'm telling you from experience, because I've seen this with many people. Sometimes you don't find out until years later. And that's not what happened with you. For some of you, it might have been. But the universe was like, no, you need to know what's going on. Because if you don't know what's going on, you're not going to make the decision you need to make to get out of this situation or to communicate and talk about this situation to move it further. Whatever it was that happened. Some of you fixed it. Some of you went in and fixed it. Others of you were like, come and get it. You went towards someone else that you knew was interested in you, and you dropped the last thing. You let it go. Others of you decided to travel or head in a different direction. You guys were like, I'm not even, but I'm telling you, it took a while for you to process. Like your actions may have been instant for some of you. Like you heard it and you're like, oh, hell no. Excuse my language. And then for others of you, you were like, what? But it took a while for you to make the decisions to the next step. And, either you or the person you're headed towards is smart and sexy. Like, you don't have to deal with whoever it was that you were dealing with. Pretty much, it's crazy. I'm so sorry, you guys. And at first you didn't want help. You were trying to do everything on your own, but you realized it was really hard. And you didn't want to be in this situation anymore with the I don't want to be here card. So you decided to release the regret and all the pain and everything. You learned from your past. You took everything that you were taught in life and you used that to move forward. Because whoever it was that did you wrong or that misled you or misrepresented or something, they didn't do it alone. There was someone else. And you're lucky that someone came to you and told you this. But you need to get a checkup. Go to the doctor. Go to the doctor now and go to the doctor 6 months after the last time you were physically with this person, if it was sexual. And if it wasn't sexual, you just need to get a checkup. It's just that time. It's a good thing that you guys left. You kind of ran. There might be some hygiene issues, which is why you may have to get a checkup. But right now, you're just going through the motions and you're just kind of faking it till you make it. You're just kind of making it seem like everything's all right. But deep down inside, I think we both know that you're still kind of dealing with this. So I tried to make these cards all like a little piece of art. So you don't even have to use these as oracle cards. You can literally frame these, like just get a bunch of little frames and put them up on the wall. I think they're all pretty cool. Their own little work of art, right? I tried to make each one its own little work of art. Or you can give these to people. Like if somebody's going through something, you could be like, just saying here, Or you can keep them for yourself and just use it as an oracle card or a storytelling card deck where like everyone picks a card and then as you go around, everyone reads their card and kind of adds to the story. So this is what I have for you, Aries. You are going through a enlightening time, but it is going to be beneficial for you once you make the choice to change. Some of you are not going to leave. Some of you are just going to stay. and communicate and try to create change, because the passion is still there, because you still love each other, because the fire is still there, with the Queen of Wands energy. Others of you are going to leave and find someone that's going to kind of show you why this might be a little bit better than the other situation. And others of you are just going to leave and never look back, as per the clarification. Everybody's outcome is going to be different. And again, this could be work, right? This could just be an outside venture or endeavor, and then you meeting somebody that you can collaborate with and work on, and you had this idea and you never thought it was going to come to fruition, and then suddenly you met someone and now everything's going well and you guys work so well together and you're both happy because now you're seeing your ideas come to fruition. Do you understand? When somebody reads tarot, I hope and I urge all of you to look at it from multiple points of view, because it's not always love. It could be career, it could be finance, it could be something else. But remember, no tarot card reader that's doing a general reading knows your whole story, no matter how accurate it is. A lot of people are just telling you what they've been saying to everyone. Like, if you actually look at their tarot card readings for years and you go back, you're like, wait a minute, you told this story last year and the year before and the year before, because they're just saying the same things over and over, because these are the scenarios that people go through. If you look at my readings, they're all unique and individual. Like, not to say I'm not like, everybody's different, but it's because I don't read often and I read what I see, and what I feel, but I don't read often. You're not going to see me every single day on here. If you did like my readings and you want to buy me a cup of coffee, there is a little donation link on the bottom where you could just buy me a cup of coffee if you just want to give to the channel, if this did resonate with you. I do private readings. The information is below as well. Again, it doesn't matter how good the reader is. Like, even Nostradamus got it wrong a few times, and Baba Yaga, all of them. It's free will, and once you get the information, what you choose to do with it. This isn't going to resonate with everyone. For some of you, you're going to, have resonated to a certain point and then it didn't resonate anymore. That's normal. You just got to find the reader that you resonate with, because they're reading for you, but then at some point they're not going to resonate with you anymore because you have chosen a different path, and that choice then changed your outcome. Therefore, you no longer resonate with that reader. So, FYI, XOXO, I love you guys. Until the next time, I'm going to try. I can't guarantee. My dad died, so I'm not in the energy to do these readings every week and every month and all the time. So I'm only doing them when I feel called to, and I've been called for like 3 days this week to do the monthlies, and I didn't want to, and then today I was like, I'm going to do them. So please understand that I'm not going to be here all the time. And even if he hadn't passed, there's just something about the readings that I've been doing. I did a couple of personal readings for people, and their energy kind of stuck to me, and I had to do a lot of work to get it off. So I'm very particular. I don't, this is why a lot of readers don't do personal readings, because you do tap into other people's energies and it can get really muddy in there. So just understand, if you like my vibe, please subscribe. If you like my style, come back for a while. I'm not always going to be here, but when I'm here and I'm full force, and I know I resonate with the people that I resonate with. That's why you're on my channel. So thank you for your loyalty. Thank you for being with me this whole time. If you did want to thank me for my previous readings and this one, you can buy me a cup of coffee. And if you like this deck that I created, I will put the link below for you to buy this one. This one has a lot of profanity in it, guys. See? So this is the dirty one, but there's another one where instead of that, it'll say something like, it still says gold digger, but it says something else up here, player. The clean version will say player. So let me just go through the deck so you guys can see it really quickly. This is there. This is not in the clean version. This is in the clean version. This is in the clean version. This one says this again. It doesn't have the S in it. This is the same. The second edition doesn't say B. It just says boss, because it could be a guy or a girl. So I'm just going to run through these real quick so you guys can see them. The clean one doesn't say papi chulo, I think. I don't think it does. I don't even know if this one's in the clean one, to be quite honest with you. This says focus on the clean one. This one's not in the clean deck. This is not in the clean deck at all. This is not in the clean deck. This is not in the clean deck. This is not in the clean deck. It says, I think it's either just the picture with nothing on it, so you can just make your own assumption. I'm pretty sure. With the clean deck, it doesn't have any words. This is the same. This is the same. Who's laughing? This doesn't say that. This says something else. If you like this deck, I'm just showing it to you so that you don't buy it and then return it, because I'm an indie, you know. This is the back of the tarot cards. So the tarot cards all have this on the back. This is different with the font and the spacing. This is not, this is the back of the clean deck. So I have a thing with the T's, if you notice. So on the back of the clean deck, it's this one. And then this one is the back of this one. This is not in the clean deck. This is player and gold digger. And then the second version will say justice and legal. So the person can be involved in the justice, legal, military, or could be a situation that has to do with that. These are all the same. It's green where you water. I think that might be the same. I think I might have changed it. Someone went through someone's phone. They are into the same sex. This is not in the clean deck at all. This says something else. This is not in the clean deck. This is not in the clean deck. The new version says starving here. This says something else in the clean deck. I don't know if this is in the clean deck or not. I'm not sure. I think that one might be in there. This one is definitely in both of them. This one is in both of them. This one is in both of them. This one does not say that in the clean deck. I don't even think this is in there. This is there, but I think it says something like just run. That's there. This is different. This says something else in the clean deck. This is the same. This is not in the clean deck. This is the same. This is the same. This says something like assistance is needed. So it's the opposite, you know, like assistance is needed to move the situation forward or something like that. This is not in the clean deck, I think. I don't remember. This one's not in there. This is in there, but it says something else. This says it's time to repair, something like that. This is in there, but it's twisted. This is there. This is not in there. That's there. This is not in there. That's there. That's there. This there with something else. That's there, and that's there. So just so you guys know, if you like it... Oh, I should just... You know what? I think I'm going to cut this part and add it to the end of the video and just tell everybody, like, if you want to see what cards are in the deck, click on the video in the end, because I'm really not going through this again. All right, Aries, that's what I have for you guys. If you want to support the channel, please, by all means, go ahead and pick up the deck. Again, only 8 people are going to get the exact deck that you just saw. Everyone else is going to get the second edition, which has different fonts, some more pictures, some things have been changed. Most of the ones that are like really big will be there, but like there's a few of them that are different. And then there's a clean version, and then there's the tarot card version. The tarot card is full retro. It has nothing to do with like any modern pictures or anything like that. So thank you so much for your time. Love you guys so much, and I hope that I reach the people that I was meant to reach. Taurus. Hello, Taurus. So we're going to do your monthly for July. I know it's mid-July already, but I do the readings when I'm called to, and I wasn't called to do them before that. So I didn't do them. I do have my own deck that I created that I'm going to be showing you later on. So we're going to do a reading with clarification, and then the deck that I have to clarify even further. The deck that I made is $50, and then it is a raunchy version, this one, because that's the one that came in. I also have a clean version that I'll be using later on. And then I also have a tarot card deck that's coming out. All of them have pretty much the same pictures. There's probably 10 that are different in each deck. Okay. And then like 20 or 30 for the tarot card because it's strictly retro. But if you like it, you can, only 8 of you are going to get this exact version. If you want to see what this version is, I'll have a clip in the back of the video at the end for you guys to see all of the cards. And then you'll get an idea. And the second edition is going to be pretty much the same, just with a few changes. And the tarot cards are going to be very different. So what do I have for my Taurus? Right off the bat, you have the Ten of Swords. You've been going through some stuff. I don't think you let people know. I think you've been covering it up. Because with the World card, whatever you're going through is almost over. There's going to be one final Tower moment. And you're going to be able to handle it. You're juggling it with the Two of Pentacles. You know, because I think you're like an acrobat right now. You've just been juggling like a clown pretty much your whole entire life. And you make it look easy and effortless. But in reality, it's a lot of weight that you're carrying. And it hurts with the Five of Swords. You're disappointed that that nobody's coming to help you, or that nobody is even seeing what's going on. With the Hierophant, you're too smart. Like, you know how to not deceive people, but you know how to get by without anyone knowing what's going on. And that makes you the Emperor. Here you are. You might be dealing with an Aries. You're there with the Taurus in the Hierophant. But with this King of Cups, it just seems like, hold on. It just seems like you're in control of your emotions, right? So, but you're not. You seem like you're in control of your emotions, but you're not. You've gone within, and you have people that are checking up on you with the Page of Cups. But it's brief. It's nothing where you can sit down and have like a deep conversation and say, look, this is what's really going on in my life, kind of thing. And it might be something minor. It might be something with your kids. It might be something with your career. It might be something with love, but you're going through something right now. And with the Ace of Cups, you're finding like this newfound love with yourself or with someone else. And with the Nine of Cups, it's like, just be careful, because whoever you're dealing with is very selfish, and they're only doing what's in their best interest, right? This is, so you came out of something, you're starting something new, but this person is extremely selfish. They're focused on themselves, what they need. And that could be you. It could be you that said, this is the new me. I'm going to focus on myself, what I need, what I want, what I deserve, you know. And with the Queen of Wands, somebody's thinking that's sexy. They're like, oh, I like this. She knows who she is. She knows what she wants. With the Three of Pentacles, they're looking at you, kid. They're like, but I don't think you're the only one they're looking at. So be careful with this person. But they are thinking about you with the Hanged Man. And they're being patient. They're being patient because they're looking at the situation and they're going like, wait a minute. And again, this could be you looking at the situation with someone else. This could be you looking at the situation with work. This could be you looking at the situation with friends, you know. But whatever it is, whoever this new person is, this new love. And when I say love, it doesn't have to be a romantic partner. Like I said, it could be a business endeavor. It could be a rekindling of a friendship. It could be a lot of different things. It's something that's new, but involves there being a lot of emotion in the beginning. And it makes you happy. But you're looking at it cautiously. You're not just jumping into it. And you're talking about things. I think before maybe you kept a lot in. Now you're talking about it because you don't like keeping it in. And you see what keeping it in does to you. And with the Nine of Pentacles, you're doing what you need to do to get it done. You're very happy. You're like the queen of your castle kind of thing, the Empress. There you go. With the Nine of Swords, things are happening quickly. Like this happened. This is a very sudden transformation for you. This is my deck. Let me spill the tea, right? And this one again is the Ratchet version. Oh wow, you got that card. That card hasn't come out yet. So some of this has profanity. You may or may not like it. There's a clean version. So if you don't like it, the clean version says player and gold digger versus the words that you see there. But you'll see, there's only 8 of these exact decks. The other ones are just a little bit different. Hold on. Wait a minute. It's this one. Yeah. Wow. These cards are really speaking to you. Wow. There's a lot, there's a lot of travel or a choice to leave or walk away. Like a lot. Okay, so to clarify this situation, you may have dealt with somebody who was either you or somebody were using each other, whether it was for sex or money. But things are getting better now. You realize this. You were like, oh, really? Okay, now you see it for what it is. There was too many people in the picture, whatever that means to you. You trusted your intuition and you left the situation. But you also found some information, either through their social media, through their phone, through a text message that might have popped up on their phone, or something that might have popped up on their screen. You saw something. And you were like, I'm out. Like, you have these two leaving cards. And then somebody confirmed it. So for some of you, this could be you left a job. You see what I'm saying? It doesn't have to be love. It could be, you know, you left the job for more money, a better offer. You know, you found out some information and you were like, I'm out. And now who's laughing now? And someone is pregnant. Now, someone is pregnant could be you left because you found out that somebody got someone pregnant. You left because you're pregnant, or you left because you decided to birth a new idea creatively. You're like, I don't want to do this anymore. I want to go out and do my own thing. And you're birthing something new. You're creating something from scratch that's from your mind, your soul. This one came out in reverse. It says do not trust this person, but you got it in reverse, which means you can trust. Whoever this person is that's coming in after the Tower moment, after the turmoil, that person, just that person, you can trust. Or like whoever like helped you get through this. The Devil in disguise. It could be that you're dealing with the military, the justice system, or the legal system that's helping you remedy the situation, or you've enrolled in programs that are helping you get the assistance that you need. That's helping you fix your situation. For some of you, please clarify the Devil in disguise. Please clarify the Devil in disguise. It's somebody that has hygiene issues, whose breath is probably not the best or fresh. And you're taking self-care and me time. And when you take that self-care and me time, sometimes when you, like, let's say you get a massage, or you're sitting in the bathtub, or you're doing your nails, or you're doing your hair, you know, it's kind of like meditating in a way, and then ideas pop up in your head. And you're going to get clarity when you're doing that self-care and me time over who this Devil in disguise is. But it's either that you're fixing your hygiene issues or they have hygiene issues. Or maybe the hygiene issues just came up because something is awry, something smells off, something's not right. You know what I mean? It doesn't have to be literal hygiene issues. It could just be like, I don't trust this person, the Devil in disguise. But you're staying regal through it and you're being your own kind of beautiful. You're just doing what you need to do. And you're staying focused. And some of you might be starting a business, you're multitasking right now, with beauty. Or the beauty industry will help to benefit whatever it is that you're doing. Or it's just that after this situation, which is what a lot of people do, after this situation, you just decided to take care of yourself and focus on yourself and do everything, you know, because when people are in relationships or even at work, because work is a relationship, or even if you have kids, you let yourself go for the other party. For the betterment of the other party or the betterment of the situation, whether it's your kids, your job, or your partner. And I feel like now you're really focusing on yourself, your health, and what you want. And that is that's where you're at right now. But just stay focused on what you need. You know, this is more important about what you need. You know, there's no more self-sacrifice in this situation. And make sure to talk to everyone that you need to talk to in order for you to get the help that you need. I know Aries had a very similar reading, which is very interesting. The clarifying cards that the universe wanted you to know was the Four of Wands. This might have to deal with a home situation or commitment. And the Seven of Cups. You have a lot of options. You have a lot of ways that you can go with what's happening right now. A lot of people don't have an option. They only have one way out or one way in. You know what I mean? You don't. You have multiple ways of dealing with whatever it is that you're going through right now. And you're lucky. And I think a lot of it, some of you will be going to the legal justice system. Others of you are just going to talk it out with friends and family or with your partner. And some of you are actually going to just leave whatever it is that you're doing, like your job or whatever, for something better. It's going to be different for all of you. We all have free will and we all make choices that then change the outcome. But just understand that, like, whatever it is that you're going through, there is a silver lining and you do have choices and options. And sometimes you don't want to visit those options as an option, but they are an option. So keep, you know, your mind open when it comes to that. And talk about your situation if you need to. Some people don't want to talk about it. Like, I don't want to get other people involved. That's when things go sour. And it's true in some situations. But in some situations, it's exactly what you need. So just wanted to say that. Gemini, hello my babies. So I'm gonna pull about 10 cards, and then I'm gonna clarify, and then I'm gonna use my deck, which it actually goes like this, which I created, and I hope you guys like. I created 3 versions of this deck. One is a clean version, one is an explicit version, which is what I have right now. So please don't get offended. If you don't like it, you don't have to get it. But there is a clean version that doesn't have any of the profanity. And then there is the tarot card deck. Similar images. The tarot card deck is all retro. Something is telling me to do traditional tarot with you. So I'm going to just split the deck and do it. I don't know why, but it's just telling me. Okay. This is nice. This is a nice reading for you guys. So right off the bat, you're starting something new. You're in a new phase of your life with the World card. Something has just ended or has come to a completion. Whatever it was that you were manifesting has now been manifested. And you're getting ready to start something new. But you're hesitant. It came out sideways. You're fighting it. You're not accepting it. Something's off. With the 9 of Wands, there's a lot of stress here. That's probably what's off. You're not accepting the change. And it might not be you. It might be the other person. You know, maybe like something changed and the other person's like, I don't want it to change though. You know, there's hesitation here, I feel like. And there's a lot of like, they're not having it. There's just a lot of resistance. And with this Knight of Wands, I'm sorry, let me just look at the cards for a second. Nine of Cups, I'm sorry about that. That's why it was confusing. With the Nine of Cups here, someone might be coming in to apologize. Or they're coming in to make things better. There's a lot of love here. I feel for some reason that it's someone from your past, like a friend. I don't feel like this is like sex, love, relationship. I feel like this is more of like a friend, an old friend, a cousin that you haven't seen, that was like your best friend when you were younger kind of thing. That feels like home with the Queen of Pentacles over it. That you love very much. And that you haven't been in communication with. I feel like somebody like that is popping up into your life. Not a love. It could be a love, but I feel like it's more of like a cousin, an old friend, someone that there was a lot of love for in the past, but has since kind of muddied. And this is an opportunity for you guys to get back to where you were, to kind of like rekindle that. And some of you have been holding on to this. They've been holding on to it. Like, you know, I never forgot you were like my best friend. I never forgot everything we went through. You know, like, you know, I still have the memories. It's just that I've been busy. I had kids. I got married. I had, you know, work, and then blah, blah, blah. You know, like just that kind of like vibe, if that makes any sense. And it doesn't have to be that. It could be work. It could be career. It could be love. You know, just however it resonates with you. This isn't going to resonate with everyone. If it doesn't, please don't get upset. Just come back at another time. Find another reader that resonates with you. We all read for people on different timelines, right? But you're willing to take a chance to kind of like rekindle this, right? You kind of manifested this, or they manifested it. Or maybe you always thought about it like, you know, that person was like really cool. I always miss them. Like, you know, they're awesome. I'm just really happy they're back in my life. And this is what you deserve. With the Ten of Swords, you were very stressed out. You know, and some of you might have felt left out. Some of you might have felt like you were in solitude, or you were kind of in like a hermit mode, or detached from everything else. And this new kind of, how do you say? Not new, but this, please let me reintroduce myself. My name is up. That's what I'm hearing right now, right? That is kind of like what's happening. This person's like coming back out of the blue. And you're like, what the? And it's not love. I'm telling you, it's not a love interest. It could be. But I think it's more of like a long lost friend. And you're allowing them back in. You're like, all right, cool, let's do this. You know, they feel like home. It's comfortable. You know, you were in a very dark place. It's getting better now. You know, like almost like having them in your life is bringing you back to like, not who you were, but the joy and happiness you might have had in the past is kind of like resurging. And with the Four of... You guys are preparing for something. You're getting ready for something. You're healing and just getting ready for the next thing. You know, and this person's helping you heal. Like this person's energy. Okay, for example, when you're young, you're pure, you're innocent, you just play with your friends, everything's cool. For most people. Some people have really different childhoods, right? But for the most part, that's when you're innocent, you're pure, you're open, everything's easy. You know, you kind of like, life is just easy. And then like things start piling up on your plate, and it gets harder and harder and harder. And sometimes when you get with old friends, it kind of brings you back to that place of where everything was easy, and like you didn't have responsibilities, and you were just happy, and all you had to do was, the only thing you were responsible for was like doing your homework, hanging out. Maybe you had a job after school. You know what I mean? Like it wasn't as tedious as it is now, unless you're like a crypto god right now and you have like all this money and now life is better than it's ever been, right? So, but for most people, you know, those were the brighter days, you know, because it was easy. You had no responsibility. You just had to like wake up, have fun, go to school, and leave it at that, right? So being around this energy with that person, that is bringing back an air of that comfort, of that ease, of that peace. It could be like one of your old friends is having a birthday party, or your cousin or something like that, and they decide to invite you, and like then you see other people, oh my god, I haven't seen you in forever, and then you rekindle with other people, and then it brings like a joy in your life to have this. Like it makes you very happy, and you feel recognized. Like people remember you, like, oh, I remember you used to be like this, and you were like the smartest or the coolest or the funniest or this and that, or the prettiest and this and that. You're like, whatever it is, that recognition that you haven't received in your current life that you did get in your past, you're getting it again. And it's kind of like reinstilling a confidence in you, if that makes any sense, or reinstilling like a joy. And it's making you crazy happy. Like it's solidifying your commitment to yourself, to your partner, to your relationship, to your home. It's building a foundation, or rebuilding a foundation, or solidifying a foundation that you've had in the past. And just with this minor communication, it's changing everything. I don't want to say that you're seeing where things went wrong, because that's not what it is. For some of you, you might feel like things went wrong in your life. And by being around these people, you see exactly where that moment was. For some of you, I'm just saying, it's not going to be for a lot of you, but just a few of you. You're seeing the clarity of like, wow, this is where I messed up and this is what I need to change if I want to get back to where I was. For others of you, it's just the confidence that you needed, the confidence booster to get you back on track. For others of you, it's just remembering who you were. For some of you, you like who you were and you want to go back to that. And for others of you, you never want to go back to that. So it's going to be different for all of you, depending on where you are. But there is just some kind of like reconciliation with someone, and that just being the catalyst. And somebody might hit on you that you're not interested in, and you're going to be like, no, thank you. Or they're going to make you an offer that you're going to reject, which is fine. Because you remember who they are or who they were. Or because you've learned not to deal with that kind of person that has that behavior, if that makes any sense. And this whole situation, like I was saying before, it's allowing some of you to release the regret. For some of you, you're going to see why things happen the way they did. Like, let's say there was someone that you loved and you were like, oh my God, I always wanted to be with this person. My life would have been so different if I was with them. And then you see them and you're like, oh my God, thank God I didn't end up with that person because that could have been my life. You know what I mean? You release the regret. Or you see like, oh, they're, don't get offended, okay, guys? Oh, they're gay. No wonder it didn't work out because there's nothing I could do, to change that situation. You're releasing the regret. Now I understand why they weren't all over me. Or, I should have invested in this business. Then you find out the business flopped and you're like, oh, thank God I didn't do that. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like that kind of scenario of like, I shoulda, coulda, woulda, but now I'm happy that I didn't. And I can see why it happened. Almost like divine intervention. The universe is showing you why it didn't work out the way that you wanted it to work out, if that makes sense for some of you guys. And you're stopping and you're looking back and you're realizing that was not your shot. That wasn't for you. You wanted it, but it's not necessarily what you needed or what was meant for you. And you're getting that clarity, which then helps you move forward. And you're releasing a lot of this pain. You're learning to relax and just be like, you know what? Everything is as it should. It should be, and I'm kind of cool with it. This is my favorite card in the whole deck. It's my favorite one. This one, I think I'm just going to frame it. I just love it. I like a lot of these. These are like little works of art. You can give them to people, or you can keep them, or you can frame them, or you can make like a storytelling deck where you like play with friends and everybody takes a card and then you tell a story and you kind of add to it with each card, But that's what I feel like you're going through right now. And if you have met that person that feels like home, that's comfortable, that you're like, yo, what's good? I wouldn't, I can't tell you what to do, but, those connections are important. And I suggest you nurture that, But that's what I have for you just for the remainder of the month. Thank you. Cancers. My baby, Cancers. Babies, I developed my own deck. Well, there's 2 oracle decks and a tarot card deck. And it's supposed to be like retro stuff, but then I kind of switched it up. I have one like ratchet explicit deck, which is the one I'm going to use to clarify this reading. And then I have another one that's a clean version for those of you who are like, I don't like that. And that's okay. But I do. I like the raunchiness. So you're going to see that deck. If you like it, you can buy the deck. It's $50. There's only 8 on hand right now. And the rest are going to be pre-orders. You have to wait for the second edition, which, the font's going to be bigger. Might have a few different pictures, but for the most part, it's the same. Clean version has like 15 different pictures and messages because obviously it's not meant to be so raunchy. And then the tarot cards are all retro. So there's like 20 or 30 different cards. But they all have like tarot card meanings. Oh, wow. 2 of them came out sideways. What is the probability that they fell out sideways? Just plop. I'm shuffling like this and they fell out like that. And they fell out upright. I didn't have to turn it around. All right, Cancer. Let's see what message is for you. Right off the bat, you have the Page of Wands. There's a little fire in here, a little flirting. Somebody's coming out and telling you how they feel about you, and And you're like in shock with this Temperance card. Like, what? You and me and what? But it's going to change everything if you go for it. You know, with the Queen of Pentacles, this could lead to marriage. This could lead to long-term. This could lead to a family dynamic. If you're already in a situation, it's going to surprise you that someone feels this way about you. You're not going to know what to do with it, to be quite honest. You're going to have to go within and be like, what? With the Four of Wands, you're basically looking at your life and you're saying, really? I really see you guys like, you know, some of you are just going to cut it off right at the bat and be like, no. You know, others of you are going to open your heart to it, especially if you're single. You're going to be like, wait a minute. Okay, I never expected this or thought about this, but I'm open to it, you know? Which is really exciting with the King of Cups and then with the Six. And this is going to work. I mean, if you go for it, it's going to work. And with the King of Pentacles, this person is stable. You know, for my singles, it's stable. And for the people that are like, no, you're cutting it off because you're in a stable relationship with someone. You're in a committed relationship. And you're like, no, thank you for the compliments, but I'm not interested. So you're going to shut it down, you know, for some of you if you're in a relationship. But if you're not, you're going to entertain this. And if you do, it could be successful. Some of you are not going to entertain it. You're going to shut it down. And then we'll see what happens. This is a very healing connection for some of you. Or just to know how this person feels is very cathartic. It allows you to release. It's information that you needed. With the Hierophant, you're learning something. You're getting all these new feelings and thoughts. And you're like, wait a minute. Oh my God, I never thought about that. And my brain and this and that. It's almost like your brain is Peter Pan. And it's going all over the place. And you're letting it fly, you know? Like all your thoughts are just like literally all over the place. And with the Temperance card, I always do that. There's always one card that I don't clarify. I didn't clarify any of these cards? Okay, well, I guess not. With the Temperance card, whatever you decide is going to require you to go within. And the choice that you make is going to change things. It's either going to bring in money. You might be getting into a business venture with somebody. Or it's going to bring in stability and peace in your home. Whether you're cutting the person off or you're choosing to go with it. Some of you might actually be in relationships and then someone professes their love to you and you're like leaving the relationship you're in to be with the new person. I am not promoting or advocating for anything. I'm just reading, telling you what I'm seeing. It's going to be different for everyone. We're all on different timelines. Right now, all the tarot card readers that are reading for me, I'm like, that was 2 years ago. Nobody's reading for my current situation, you know, and I'm a Cancer. Well, this is my current situation a little bit, but nobody's really reading for my current situation. So it could be that, like, and I'll tell you mine, that an old friend comes back that you haven't talked to in forever, and they hit you with the business proposition, but then they kind of hint that they kind of liked you and they thought you were like one of the coolest people ever. And then you have a choice to make, but they might be in a situation, but they're getting out of that situation. But it's weird because you don't want to deal with somebody who's not completely free yet. So for some of you, you might be going through that where it's like somebody's getting a divorce. They looked you up on Facebook. They're like, whoa, I've always liked Myra. You know, let me see what's up with her. And then you're like, what? I didn't know you liked me like that, you know? And you're like, all right, I'll give it a shot. But then they're also at the same time offering you a business proposition. Like, hey, I have this business idea. Would you like to partner with me? Or I'm looking for someone ambitious to like start these different projects with, you know? So like, even if it didn't work out on the romantic end, you still have a connection, if that makes sense. And it was like, you guys were never romantically intimate in the first place. You guys were just friends always. It was never like that, like never, ever, ever. So it's really surprising and shocking that this person's coming at you like, what? You want to be with me? You know? That's for some of you. For others of you, it's everything else I just said, right? And you have to decide, right? Your decision that you make here, you could have a new beginning. To me, it seems very stable and that this will work and will be lucrative. You have to decide if you want to give to it with the Six of Pentacles. Do you want to give and do you want to receive? Because with the Ten of Cups, I mean, this Ten of Cups for real, and the Chariot, that's you. You got a lot of love to give. And this person, I think, has a lot of love to give as well. And with this King of Pentacles, I mean, the King of Pentacles to the Queen of Pentacles, this could, you know, I don't, I don't believe in cheating. I don't believe in leaving someone for another human being. I never have. I've always stayed away from that. I've lost a lot of people because I did that. And then they moved on to someone else, and it could have been me, you know? I still don't believe in it. But for some people, it works. For some people, they leave, they move on, they find something better. I don't advocate for that. I'm not saying you should do that. I'm not even throwing it out there as an option, but I just know that for some people, it works. And that's how I feel about with this reading. And it's not, if it's not for you, it's not for you. Turn off this video right now and go find another reader if this isn't your reading. But if this is what you're going through, this could be very, very beneficial for both of you. If this is your situation, and they have free will too, because remember, just because someone approached you doesn't mean that they're gonna, you know, a lot of people are in separation and then they just go right back to their ex, you know, because la costumbre es más fuerte que el amor. What they know is stronger than what they want, you know, like people could be in love and never be together because they're just loyal and dedicated to another human being. Now, you have a choice to make and they have a choice to make. And whatever this choice is stressing both y'all out with the Nine of Swords. And be careful because a checkup came up. Some of you might have an STD you don't know about, or they might have an STD you don't know about. You know, so just be very, very careful right now. So some of you are not going to let this go. Let it go in reverse. Some of you are holding on for dear life. Some of you are like, yes, this is what I wanted. This is the sign I've been waiting for. This is what I needed in my life, etc., right? And some of you are trying to be strong and you know, because you don't want to let it go. But some of you are trying to be strong and you're like, no, I'm not going to be a homewrecker. I'm not going to do this. This is not, you know. And this is what they might have said to you. Like, let me tell you what this person said. You know, let me tell you, you know, what's going on in my life. And they opened up to you, or you opened up to them. And I'm telling you right now, some of you are going to get sucked into this whirlwind because you got the don't stop card. You can't stop. You can't help it the way that you're feeling. But this might be a repetitive cycle for some of you. So you don't want to let it go. You got to be strong. You know, you guys are talking, you're communicating, right? Both of you are I feel like there's some type of endeavor, entrepreneurial endeavor, investment, whether it's time or money or effort. And I feel like at home, whoever is the person that might be in a relationship, if you're with somebody that's in a relationship or ending a relationship, they're like in denial with their partner. Like, it's just not a clean place where they are. But be careful because it says get a checkup. It could be get a checkup because one of you got pregnant. It could be get a checkup because one of you got an STD and you don't know you have one and you got to know. You don't know. I'm being honest with you. Like, there's some people that like they cheat when they're married and they don't know that they got something because they think they're married and they only cheated a few times and then they have something. So just make sure if you are going to be with someone who's with someone that you both get checked up now and 6 months from now, because it takes about 6 months for certain autoimmune deficiencies to show up in the blood. Remember what you learned from your past, whether this is a person that's from your past or, you know, maybe this is someone that wasn't that on the up and up when you were younger, but they're on the up and up now. Release the regret if this is something that you wanted, but you're just choosing not to go for it because your morals are so high that you're just like, you know what, I'm not going to do this. I'm not, you know, some people are going to be like, no, I'm not getting involved with you until you're single. I'm not getting involved with you until you're available. I'm not going to invest in this business idea. I'm not going to, no. Others of you, are going to release the regret because that's what you're regretful for. It's like, I'm not going to do this because I'm going to regret it. Others of you can't help it. With the stop card upside down, you're like, I can't stop. I'm just going with the flow. I'm going to do this. But it's going to be a repetitive cycle for some of you. With the this again card. Give me some clarity on this whole situation. And these cards are non-refundable because I am an indie person. And so I want to show you the cards. If you want to see all the cards, you can see it at the end of the video. There'll be a timestamp in the description box where you can see all the cards. So, or you can actually, I actually have a video where you can actually see my review of these cards. Some of you are not going to let this get to you. You can't relax about this. And it says don't trust this person. So some of you have to be careful. Someone's pregnant and they need to fix it. So for some of you, somebody's in a relationship with someone and they're pregnant and they're going to either try to fix it, which is what the checkup might have been. For some of you, you are birthing a new business endeavor. There's stress here. The relaxed darling is upside down. The stop card is upside down. The crying, at least the crying pain card is right side up. So you're not going to be in pain. You're just going to be stressed. You don't know if you should trust this person. One, because their actions are, I mean, you're dealing with someone who's trying to do something behind someone's back. But if someone's not in a, if you're dealing with someone that's not in a relationship and they're just coming out of left field and they're like, I like you, I've always liked you, I want to be with you. You know, maybe you want to do this business thing with me, or you want to hang out, or, you know, I feel like those people that where they're single, they might just go for it and be like, sure, why not, let's do this. But if they're in a situation where someone's still in a situation and they got to get out of it, I feel like most of you have a moral, like a very high moral compass, and you're like, I can't do that. It's against everything that I believe. You have to be single before I can get involved with you. I don't want to start something and then get my heart broken because then you end up going back to your person. Like, no, I want you to be free and clear. But this get a checkup card, that's concerning me. I mean, it could just be that, like, maybe I tell you to get a checkup and then you realize, like, oh my God, I have, you know, some kind of health issue. And that's just what the universe is saying. Like, you need to get a checkup to find this health issue. But some of you are going to have to do what you love. And that could be whether it's business wise, you're going to do what you love, or you're going to go after what you love because you're just so tired of trying to please everyone else that it's about time that you find some joy and you do what you love and you get that spark in your heart and you have that person to go to bed to every night and wake up to every single morning. That's kind of like the vibe that I'm getting for you guys. I don't know if this resonates. Please let me know if this resonates with you guys, because this is like one wonky reading for real. So I'm going to end this I'm just going to do, I guess, 4 signs at a time because this is an hour already. So I'm going to publish this video and then I'll do the other signs and publish those. But I am going to put the link for the cards if you did want to see them. It's $50 plus shipping for the deck. This is the explicit version. There's also a clean version, and then there's a tarot card. All those other cards you're going to have to pre-order, wait a month, and then I'll ship them out. If I do get them sooner, because it takes about 3 weeks turnaround for the cards to come in, I will obviously ship them sooner. But give yourself like about a month and a half to actually receive the deck. I'm hoping to get them sooner, but it all depends on how many pre-orders I get. You know what I mean? So I am coming out of pocket for most of this, but if I do get some pre-orders, I can use that money to then offset, you know, what's coming out of my pocket. So that's why I'm giving it like a month. But I'm just being upfront and honest with you guys. Happy birthday to my Cancers. Happy birthday, my beautiful angels. I'm a Cancer as well. My birthday is June 24th. I love you guys so much. Let me know if this did resonate with you, because I want to know what Cancers I'm resonating with. Every tarot card reading that I'm like watching, I'm like, this is not me. Like every single one, I'm like, this was 2 years ago. Almost like, oh, I'm on a different timeline or something. It's so weird. So I'm hoping that this reading resonated with some people that are just not resonating with all the other readings that are out there. Until next time, my loves, bye.